Hey guys, have you ever wanted to know how to start a blog, but just didn't know the best way to go about doing it? If that's the case, I'm going to walk you guys step by step through the process of learning how to start your very own blog in 2022. Hey guys, my name is Wally with Best Web Hosting for WordPress.net. And in this video tutorial, I'm going to be walking you guys step by step through the easy process of creating your very own blog. Now, keep in mind that with this tutorial, you will not have to have any experience at all with HTML nor with coding. In fact, I'm going to walk you guys step by step through the process of creating your blog from scratch. You won't have to go out and hire like a web developer and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars because I'm going to show you exactly how to do it the easy way. That way you can be up and running within a few short moments. If you guys are totally new here to this channel, for Best Web Hosting for WordPress.net, hit the subscribe button, guys, right below, along with the bell, and that way any future videos that I upload, you'll be sure to receive them. So to be able to create any blog online, whether you're going to be doing it for like affiliate marketing or just for personal use, or you're going to be blogging like for your business that you already have, a storefront for, whatever the case, there are only two things that you'll really need to do it. One is a domain name and also web hosting. Your domain name, guys, is simply going to be the name of your website. It's what people will type in into their browser to make it to your website online. In my case, it's best web hosting for WordPress.net. Yours might be xyzdomain.com, a .net, a .org, .info, .biz. Whatever it is, it's just going to be the name of your website that represents your brand. That way people can find your blog online. So think about that. You might need a few moments to do it. If so, you can pause this video, and of course, I'll be right here. The next thing that you'll need is web hosting. Now, web hosting, in short, is simply where your website will live online. Think about where you live at right now. Maybe you live in an apartment, maybe you live in a house, and all of your furniture and everything is stored in that particular location, right? And so the actual address where your house is located is what your domain name would be, but the house itself will be like your web hosting. And so basically with your blog that you're creating today, all of your files, your images, your content that's on your website, pictures and all of that will be stored on a server with web hosting. And that'll be made available 24/7, 365 days a year to any and everybody who types in your website name in their browser trying to access your information online. So those are the only two things that you need. Wanted to explain those up front in this tutorial. Typically with web hosting, it costs roughly about $10 a month. But if you guys are using the link that's right below, you're going to gain access to a really nice discount, guys, where you're going to get an upwards of about 70% off of your web hosting today. You're going to get a domain name, and that way you guys can get that registered and you can be on your way to starting your blog for 2022. Does that sound like a plan? I hope so. Let's review briefly, guys, what we're going to be talking about today in this tutorial. With the web hosting that we have selected, once you guys click the link that's right below, it's just going to open up. And in fact, if you want to type in your browser, you can click the link that's right below. If you type in your browser, best web hosting for WordPress.net /A2 hosting, it's going to open up to our preferred web hosting provider for beginners. So if you just type in your browser, best web hosting for WordPress.net /A2 hosting, it's going to open up to this landing page that you see right now. So obviously we're at the end of 2021 and there's some amazing deals that are going on right now. And some things that I really love about A2 hosting is that one, they're really, really affordable for beginners online. They have amazing customer support. They have great uptime performance. So they're super reliable with their servers. And anytime that somebody's trying to access your website online, they'll definitely find it. They're really big on security. Security is just something that we have to worry about in this day and age. Websites being hacked or bombarded with spam, malware, and the like. And so you just need a web hosting provider that cares about security, and A2 hosting is that. And so once you click that link below, if you typed in best web hosting for WordPress.net /A2 hosting, it is an affiliate link. I use A2 hosting. I love their customer support. I love their web hosting across the board with all the tools and resources that they provide beginners. And for that reason, I recommend them online to people on this channel. And so what we're going to be talking about today, guys, in this tutorial is one, I mentioned about getting a domain name. We're going to be talking about web hosting, which we're going to be getting it today through A2 Hosting. I'm going to be showing you guys how to install WordPress. You're going to choose a theme for your blog. We're going to add plugins. Plugins will basically add like functionality to your website. They allow you to do things, with your site that you can't do without it, much like with apps that are, installed on like your phone, your iPhone, or your Android. Plugins will help you to do just that on your blog. Also, we're going to be talking about permalinks, what they are, and how is it that you should set up the structure of your permalinks. I'm going to show you guys how to set up pages, posts, and that way you can be off to a really good start in this tutorial, guys. And so that's what's in store for this video tutorial to help you guys to get off to a really good start. And the only thing that you need to do that is a domain name and web hosting off the gate. So once you click that button that's right below, or if you typed in best web hosting for WordPress.net/A2 hosting, it's just going to open up to their page that's right here. And as I mentioned, they have several different types of hosting. Click on the very top, go to web hosting itself. There are 4 different plans that you can select from. If you're a beginner, just highly recommend that you select the basic plan, which I'm going to show you. It's called the startup. I'm using the dry plan and I really love it. Turbo, Boost, and Max are 2 tiers up that provide even faster speeds for you and added resources, many of which you may not need right now. And so if you just want to create one website today, go with the startup plan, guys. If you want to create like more than one site, I recommend going with the dry plan. So let's suppose that today you guys want to just get the startup plan. You'll see that it's already pre-selected for 36 months. Keep it there because you're going to save a lot of money by doing that. You'll notice that if you switch and only get 12 months, the price bumps up. And if you go month by month, it's $9.99 per month. So obviously you'll save a lot of money by doing that. And for that reason, I highly recommend using that. So click on Get Startup. And again, depending on the plan itself that you go with, you're going to follow the same process to get started, online. You'll be brought to a page that looks like this, where you'll be able to get your domain name. If you've already purchased a domain name, perhaps from like another domain name registrar like Namecheap or GoDaddy, you're just going to plug it in here. If you want to transfer a domain to A2 Hosting, you can do that. If you want to register a new domain, which most of you are watching this tutorial want to do, you're going to plug in the name of that domain right here. So let's do that together. I'm just going to plug in an example. That way you guys can see, how this works, okay? So I'm going to plug in subscribe to this channel.com. Now you guys can plug in anything that you want. You'll notice that right here you have extensions. I highly recommend that you guys choose a .com. Of course, you'll see .net, .org, .us, .info, .biz, all of these different extensions that come here. I recommend .coms only because they're just the most popular, they're easy to remember. And you can also use like a short name itself, anything that represents, your brand. What you're going to do here is type in that domain name. You want to see if it's available. You should get something like this. It says congratulations. Whatever the domain name is that you plugged in there, it'll say that it's available. If it's not available, you might see some alternatives, or you can very well go and just type in like a totally different name. That way you'll be able to find, the right domain name for you. So if everything looks good, what you'll do is just scroll down to continue. And when you scroll down to continue, you'll just be brought to the page where you're going to continue to set up your account itself, guys. You'll see everything like itemized to the far left right here. And on the right side, what you'll notice is this is the price itself that you would have paid for the 3 years of web hosting, $323.64. But today with a discount below, you guys are going to get 3 years of web hosting for only $89.64. So it's an amazing deal, guys, that allow you guys to start your blog for 2022. You're going to be getting a discount of $234 off of your order today. So that's why I wanted you guys to use the link that's right below in the description portion of this video, or to type in best web hosting for WordPress.net /A2 hosting. And so you guys are taking advantage of an amazing deal. and this discount is added on your actual order today at checkout. Okay, and so great. So what you're going to do is just scroll down. You'll see some options for SSL certificates. A2 Hosting gives you free SSL certificates. So these are some different types of SSLs that you can get, which you don't need right now. You can just scroll down and you'll see some other options as well. Go to data centers. There are 4 that you can select from: Michigan, Arizona, Amsterdam, and Singapore. I recommend that you guys select the one that's closest to you, like wherever it is that you live or where your visitors will be coming from. So mine is at Michigan, but you can select either one that you want depending on your location. These are some optional tabs right here to get like a dedicated IP. You may not need that right now. An E2 website builder. We're not going to use that. We're going to be using WordPress to create the site itself. So we're going to leave that at none. Okay. So I want you guys to know that with A2 Hosting, they have an anytime money back guarantee. A lot of web hosting providers online provide like 30 days, which is great. I've even seen some that do like 40 days. But with A2 Hosting, they have an anytime money back guarantee with your purchase. And so at any moment that you feel that A2 Hosting is not for you, what you can do is you request your money back. What you can do is contact customer support to get a refund, and you'll be on your way to another host. So if everything looks good, you're just going to proceed by clicking the continue button, and you'll see some other optional features, guys, that you can add on if you want, such as DNS management, ID protection. I highly recommend that for your domain name. Basically, when you register a new domain name, guys, your information that you use with setup, some of it may become available to the public. And so as a result, you may receive like phone calls, unsolicited phone calls, or emails from people trying to sell you things based on your new domain name or your website that you're creating. And so I highly recommend doing that. It's only $9.95 for the first year, but of course, it's totally optional. You don't have to have it to set up your account today to create your blog, okay? But I do recommend it. So you can click on continue, proceed forward. And what you guys are going to do is you're going to see everything again itemized, just a confirmation to make sure that this is what you want. You'll see again the pricing for 3 years of web hosting. This is a domain registration right here. We added ID protection. If you have that, you'll see that the total out of the gate is only $114.54. Not for 1 year, not for 2 years, but for 3 years of web hosting. And so a lot of web hosting providers online, competitors of A2 Hosting, usually charge about, I'd say, about $80 to $100 US for your very first year. And then when it renews, it just increases. It's more money for consecutive years. And so with A2 Hosting, for 3 years up front, with a link, right below, you guys are getting 3 years of web hosting for only $114.54. So it's an amazing deal. And again, you guys have an anytime money back guarantee that comes with that. So if everything looks good, click on checkout. The very last page that you're going to see is you're going to fill out your account info, your name, your address. You're going to plug in your payment info, how's it that you want to take care of it. They have several options that make it super flexible, guys. Credit or debit card, PayPal, Skrill, check, or money order. They even accept bank wire transfers. So more options, more flexibility with the setup of your account. And this is typically the process that you go through with setting up your account with a web hosting provider. Okay, so I just wanted to go over that with you guys, that way you know what to expect. So if everything looks good, what you're going to do is click on complete your order. Check this box that's right here. Click on complete your order. From there, you're going to get several emails from A2 Hosting upon like setting up your account, one of which is going to give you access to what's called cPanel. This is what it looks like right here, guys. You'll see it divvied up into different subsections where you can set up email accounts. You can install WordPress, which is what we're going to do next. You'll have access to different CMS platforms as well, guys, but we're going to be using WordPress to start your blog today, okay? You can check out your files for your websites that you have associated with your account, databases. You can look at your domains. You can add on domains. You can do redirects for those domains and just point them like to a different link. Maybe it's like an affiliate link or what have you. So after you do your redirects, if you have any ones that you want to set up, what you can do is just proceed to the next section right here. There's Cloudflare, where you can get access to a CDN that'll come already integrated, with your account itself. You can monitor your metrics, visitors that are coming to your website, which I think is really cool. Of course, if you have like Google Analytics, your Google Console, or even really helpful plugins for WordPress, such as Monster Insights, all of these things together work to help you to monitor your visitors, on your website itself. A2 hosting is really amazing when it comes to security, and that's one of the things that really attracts me to them. You get free SSL certificates. They use mod security, which helps to block like malware, spam, and hackers that are trying to gain access to your website. So they're really on the up when it comes to security, and that's why I highly recommend using A2 hosting for beginners online. You have access to different software, CMS platforms. Of course, A2 Hosting has a website builder that you could use. We're not going to use that today. We're going to be using WordPress to build out the website itself and show you guys how to get started. You'll see some other options that allow you to change up like the style of your cPanel itself. You can even change the language, which I really think is awesome, especially if you speak another language that you prefer over English. You can change your password and some security options, as well as your contact info. So basically with your cPanel, guys, with A2 hosting, you guys will have full control over the management of your website. And I really like that they allow you to do that. So the very next step in the process of starting your blog online, guys, for 2022 is to actually install WordPress on that blog itself. So to do that, I want you to scroll all the way up to where you see Softaculous Apps Installer. Click right here where it says WordPress A2 Optimize. When you do that, the very next page you'll see is something like this. I want you to click right here, click on Custom Install. I want you to select the domain name that you're going to install WordPress on. So I have several that are associated with my A2 hosting account. Being that you're probably creating your very first blog, you only see one domain name here, and that's a domain name itself that you selected today upon setup of your account. So you guys will notice right here that after you select the domain name itself that you want to use for your WordPress installation, you'll see where it says in directory. Leave that blank. Do not enter anything in there. We just want a clean installation of WordPress on a domain name where you have like xyzdomain.com, whatever your domain name is, and you don't want anything like following that, okay? Right now, where it says site settings, you're going to plug in the name of your site itself. So I'm just going to plug in web hosting services. Whatever the name of your website is, that's what you're going to plug in right there. Right here where it says site description, this is going to be a tagline of what people should expect to learn about, like on your website itself. So whatever you're promoting on your website, you just want to put a brief description of what that is right there, okay? So I'm going to plug in how to start a blog in 2022. Again, whatever your website is about, your blog that you're creating today, you're going to plug in a brief description of what that is. That way, when people land upon your website, they'll know what your website is about. Over here where it says admin username, I want you to plug in an admin username that you're going to use in conjunction with this website that you're creating today. So basically, anytime you log into the back end of it and you want to make any changes, update posts, articles, pages, you're going to use this username and also this password that you're going to create right here. So I'm going to erase this generic one that's here, and I'm going to plug in one that has at least I would say 8 to 10 characters, guys. You want a very strong password that nobody can just, guess on the fly. You want it to be strong. It's green. So for this reason, I recommend that you guys use at least 8 to 10 characters, something like that, maybe with some symbols or numbers, in it, just to make it extremely difficult for anybody to guess, okay? All right, so what you're going to do right here is plug in your email. So I'm going to plug in best web hosting for WordPress at Gmail. Anytime you receive communications from WordPress, it's going to be pointed directly to this email. In the event you get locked out of your website, maybe you've forgotten like the password or your username, what have you, you'll be able to reset it easily if you plugged in an email right here. So that's why you want to do that. So do that right now, guys. So if we scroll down, you'll see an option to choose the language of your website. I have it at default at English. If you speak another language that you prefer over English, you can just use this drop down and you can select that language, right here. They have several options that are right here. And so basically, once you install WordPress on your site, your website will be created or configured rather in that language that you've selected here. So I really like that. Let me know what you guys think about that right below. So the very last step, guys, of installing WordPress on your domain name is to plug in your email again. So you might be wondering, why am I plugging in the email again? Well, basically, once you install WordPress on your domain name itself, you're going to get a confirmation of that to your email, if that makes sense. So I'm going to plug in that best web hosting for WordPress at gmail.com, click install. The process of installing WordPress takes 3 to 4 minutes. With A2 hosting, they perform what's called hardening, which adds like an additional layer of security and protection to your website. So I really admire that they do that. So it does take a bit for that process to be done. But once it is done, you'll be able to see a live website on the internet. So what I'm going to do right now is just pause this video and I'll come back when everything is all said and done, guys. So great, guys. Hopefully you have a screen that looks like this. It'll say congratulations, the software was installed successfully. So we've done a great job with, installing WordPress on a domain name. And what it means now is that we have a live website on the internet. If you guys want to see what it looks like, just click on this very first link and it'll open up automatically in another browser itself. And so what we're going to have is a live website on the internet. You should see something like this with the title of your website. Like in my case, it's Web Hosting Services. This is the tagline or the site description that we plugged in. How to start a blog in 2022. You'll see this is a default post with a default article. This comes up every time you install WordPress on a new domain. So hopefully you guys have this. If you do, hit the like button and also drop a comment below to let me know what you think about this. Was it really hard to create the website? Obviously not, right? So now what we want to do is gain access to the back end of our website itself. That way we can start making changes to the site itself. To do that, guys, what you're going to do is you're going to click on this admin URL and you can bookmark this. That way, any time you want to make any corrections or updates or change posts or add posts or pages to your website itself, you're going to use that very same admin that's there. So you can bookmark it, or you can plug in your domain name, as you can see right up here, your domain name .com or .net .org. Like in my case, it's .blog. You're going to put /wp-admin. So if you were opening up your website and you wanted to access it, you will plug in that and then your username and password, and it's going to bring you right here to this very page that we're on right now. Okay, so we've already installed WordPress, which is great. You'll see some tabs that are right here, guys, that again allow you to have more control over the management of your website. What I want you guys to do right now is to click on appearance. And we're going to click on themes. And what we're going to do right now, guys, is choose a theme for our website. So you can see right now the default theme that's, that was installed on our website is this one right here. It's pretty plain. It's okay. You can keep that if you want. But if you want to change it up, what you're going to do is you go to appearance, themes, and it'll bring you here. And these right here, just default themes that automatically come on your website whenever you install WordPress on a domain name. Okay, and so that's what we did today. You'll see you have 3, and this is the one that's active on it right now. If you want to see what these others look like, all you have to do is just click on live preview. And it's just going to show you guys what it looks like. So just wanted to show you briefly what it looks like if you wanted to, go with one of these other themes. So it takes a quick second. You can see this is pretty clean, right? It's clean, it's plain, white. There's no coloring or anything that's there. But I mean, if you guys wanted to use something like this, you could. All you'd have to do is click activate and publish, and then you would actually have that new theme, on your website itself. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to go about selecting new themes. Go to add new. And when you go to add new, you'll be brought right here to the repository for WordPress themes, and there are thousands upon thousands of WordPress themes that you have, at your disposal. All of these that we're looking at, guys, they're all free on the repository. But if you guys want something that's more like professional, then I have a link that's right below where you can gain access to some premium style themes itself. So you can see all of these themes that are right here. If you don't see what you're like looking for, like for your particular blog itself that you're creating, I like to search for like new themes using like keywords, and you can do that, right here. So if you type in like food or something like that, you would get themes that are centered around like food. And so all of the themes that pop up are centered around food. So if you're creating like a food blog or something like that, then you can very well find a theme that'll be suitable, for that. And so if you guys are doing something like in the way of like fitness or like nutrition or dieting, that's a really hot industry, right now, just type in any keyword that describes your business itself or the overall theme of your blog that you're, starting today. Okay. You'll see themes that are centered around fitness, which are pretty good. There's yoga, guy working out, if you're going to be like a consultant. So, and all of these are like fully customizable. You can make it look how you want it to look. But again, I just wanted to show you guys how this works. What I want you to do is type in Nasarj. This is the WordPress theme that we're going to be using for this tutorial. Let me show you guys how to start your blog and really customize it and make it look the way that you guys want it to look. Now, this is an example. You can use this theme right here if you want. If you don't, you can use any theme by, again, searching by keywords. Or if you want, you can, again, look at like popular, latest, favorites, and you can find one that's more up to your liking, okay? But we're going to use this one right here for the purpose of this YouTube tutorial. So we're going to click on Install. And pretty much with any theme that you guys install, whether it's in the Sarge theme or it's like another theme, you're going to have pretty much the same options that will pop up, on the back end. That way you guys will be able to really, go about, customizing it, okay? And so right now we actually have the Nasarj theme like on the blog itself. If you want to see what it looks like, just go back to the main page itself right here. This is the previous page, but if we refresh it, what's going to happen is now we're going to have the new theme itself installed. So you can see this right now. This is the new theme itself. And you can see it has a little bit of color, right here in the header itself. And this is the default post. This is the wording or the content. And again, every time that you install WordPress on a new domain name, you're always going to have this, right there. You can see on the sidebar, you have like some widgets for like recent posts. So every time you add a new post like to your blog itself, you're going to see like a list of those right there. If of course you want that to appear there, you can have comments there if you want that, archives, categories. But if you want like different types of widgets, maybe like tags, or if you want like banners or something like that, you can always add that, there as well. Okay, so great. So what we're going to do right now is when you go back here, what I wanted to do is show you guys how to go about like customizing this. So, I mean, this of course is a new theme that we're using, but if you want to like change it up and add like color, you can click on customize as we just did. Or if you're on the main page right here, you can click on customize and it'll bring you there as well. So you're going to be brought to a page that will show you some options on this left sidebar. And so once it loads, you guys will see it. So now you have a site identity. And this is where you can actually change the name of your actual title, for your blog itself. So if you want to put like something else there, like, hey, Wally or something like that, whatever you want to put there, if you hit, publish, it's just going to change it, right here. So anything that you want, right here, it's published. If I refresh it, then you guys will see right here in the title, Hey Wally. It's just going to appear right there. Hey Wally, how to start a blog in 2022, right? You guys see how easy that is. So I'm just going to change it back. But again, if you want to change like the tagline, or if you want to like remove the tagline and the title altogether, it's going to remove it. But remember to hit publish, and that way it'll erase it, right there. Okay. And so if you want it there, great. I'm going to keep it there just in this case, right? If you want to add like an icon, let's say like on the upper left up here, you want like an image, maybe your face. So if you want like something that describes like your business, you can click on this button right here. And if you have like a picture on your desktop already, what you can do is just, upload it. And again, click on publish, and you're going to see that very, icon on the upper left itself, if that makes sense. Okay. And so I'm just going to make sure that I go back and click on publish. That way it comes back and says web hosting services. But I just wanted to show you guys how that works, with the header itself. Okay, so you can see that it reverted back. Great. So go back, click on colors. Now let's play around a little bit with the header itself. Of course, I mean, this plain text that's right here, it's okay. But if you want to change it up, guys, you can click on like the header, the color itself. So you can change it black, you have white, you have red, you have, what is this, brown, yellow, green, blue, purple. You can play around with this bar right here and just get it, to your liking, whatever it is that you want. If you find something that you like, you can keep it, right? So that's how that works. It's pretty simple, straightforward, right? Let's say that we want to keep this yellow right there. And again, I can change it up. Really doesn't matter. What does matter is that you find something that fits you. How about the background? If we play around a little bit with the background, you can see all of this changes, right? First it was white, now it's black. If I get red, right there. So maybe if I have something that goes with that, maybe yellow. And again, you don't have to use yellow. I'm just playing around with this. That way you guys can see how this works. So you got this green right there. And basically on each of the pages, you're going to have this same header, guys, and also the same background, whatever it is that you select, okay? So if I went with that, I could go with that if I wanted to, but I'm not. But let's say I did something like that, right? And again, this is just to show you like how this works, okay? So it's pretty cool. Tell me, guys, what you think about that, like so far. If you look at if you click right there, let me just scroll back up, play around with that. You can see this is the header background. So this is not the actual text. Like we've already, adjusted the text and it's all yellow, right? The background is yellow. And again, you can have it however you want, but this is the actual background itself. So if you want it black, you can do it black. That's white, red. See, guys, you can see how this is changing up. It's pretty cool, right? Straightforward. Obviously, we don't want that. Got green, blue, purple, right? And again, you can adjust this, get whatever tint that you guys, want, with that, just fooling around with it. And that way you can have something that, fits you, okay? So that's how that works, setting up the actual, like the color scheme, not only with the text, but the background, the actual header itself. All you have to do is just pick something that you feel, again, a work, for you, okay? And again, don't forget to click on publish. That way it makes everything live, on your website. Right now, this is a desktop view like of this. Let's say that I went with this just for the fun of it. If I look at like, you can see like mobile, like what it looks like if somebody's using like their phone. This is what they would see like, on their phone itself. If they're looking like maybe on a tablet or another like mobile device, again, you guys can see what they would see. So you just want to make sure this is a really good theme right here. It's very mobile friendly. And so you want something that's mobile friendly, being that a lot of people surf online using mobile devices versus desktop. So you want something that's equally, like transparent, if that makes sense. Okay. So if you scroll back, you can use accent colors. It just changes again, like the coloring of the text and everything that you have here. If you go to like header image. So right now, you can see like on the site itself, if we just like refresh it, you guys can see, the changes that we made like to the site itself. So you have this like hot yellow and this black header in the background, and it's pretty nice. It's nice if that's something that you want to do. But if you want to put like a picture, you can see like some suggested pictures that are right here. I mean, you can use these if you want, or if you have a picture on your desktop, which is, preferred, then you can go about, doing that. So you can simply just do like new image if you have an image on your desktop, and you can go about uploading that particular picture on the header itself. Okay. So let's say we went with this. I just want to show you guys like what it looks like. So any changes, you can always, undo it. You're not going to break the website by doing it. Let's refresh it. And that way you can see just an example of what this looks like. So what do you guys think about this? Is this really nice? Again, web hosting services, how to start a blog in 2022. This is a background image that was provided, to us. You don't have to use this, of course. You can just add a new image, one that you have on your own. You can select this other one that's right here if you want. And again, these are just mere examples, right? And so if I just hit publish, and if I just refresh it, and then what I'll see here is, again, that change that was made there. So again, what do you guys think about that? Again, if you have a picture on your desktop itself, all you have to do is just like add new image, and you'll see like, upload files, and you can just upload it like from your actual desktop. And that way you can, make it and put it on your website itself. Okay. So it's pretty simple, straightforward with how this works. But again, if you don't want like, this image like on the background itself, or no image at all, you just want like the lettering, what you can do is click on like hide image. And when you click on hide image, it's just going to revert back to what you had before. Don't forget to hit publish. And of course, it's going to, get rid of the image that's in the back there. So it's really, really simple and straightforward, guys, when it comes to customizing your website. Click back and you can look at background images. So the background image, if you upload an image right here, basically what's going to happen is, we have like this yellow like color scheme itself that's, on the background itself. And basically for each page that we create on the website itself, you'll see this same yellow right here. But let's say you wanted like a design of some sort. I don't know. Let's say like, I don't know, like if this is like a web hosting site itself, or whatever your website is going to be about, if you have like images that you want to like upload to it, basically what it'll do once you upload that image itself is going to basically sprinkle that image all over the website itself, which I think is pretty cool if you want something like that on your site itself. And so you can play around with that, guys, and really, get the hang of it, because it's really easy to do. And so what we're going to do right now is I want you guys to click on the X that's right there. We're going to go to plugins. I'm going to talk a little bit about plugins, and then from there, we're going to talk about permalinks and then setting up pages, and then also to help you guys to set up your very first blog post, okay? And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to talk about plugins. Plugins are basically like apps for phones, if you will. Of course, we all have phones, be it an Android or an iPhone, and we install different apps on our phone, which give us more like functionality with our phones itself. And so plugins do basically the same thing. They give your website functionality, and they allow your website to do things that you might want it to do. For example, you might want it to like be able to chat with people. Rather, once they land on your website, there are plugins that allow you to do that. If you want to allow people to share your content online, for example, I want you guys to share this video with other people online. If you want people to share your blog posts or pages, there are social media buttons that you can embed with the help of a plugin. So basically, you don't have to know anything about like coding or HTML, no experience like that. Plugins basically cut all of that work out, if you will. And so if you hover over plugins, go to installed plugins right here, you notice that with your A2 hosting website, there's some pre-installed plugins that come up here, which are great. This plugin right here helps to maintain fast page loads with A2 Hosting's server, so do not deactivate that. So Ask is a really nice plugin, guys, that'll help you to like fight spam or block spam rather on your website itself. Of course, when you start publishing content on it, such as blog posts, you may get comments that are totally unrelated to the content that you've actually written on your page itself. And so Ask is a really nice plugin. There are tons of them out there. All you have to do is type in spam, and I'm going to show you guys how that works. There's Jetpack, Easy Hide Login. You have also WP Forms Lite, which helps you to create like contact pages on your actual website itself. So you can set up that really easily and just embed it if that's something that you want. Or you can just build out each individual page which is very easy. And again, I'm going to show you guys how that works. So click on Add New. And what you're going to see right now are a list of some recommended like plugins that are here. You have featured, popular, recommended. And if you type in a plugin that you're looking for example, let's say if we want to again allow people to be able to share our content online, which is always recommended, you can type in something like social media and you'll see different plugins that pop up. This one's a really nice one right here. Has over 70,000 installations, 4.5 or 4.5 stars, which is great. This one right here has over 200,000. So let's say we install this. It says that it's compatible. It has 5 stars across the board. So it's a very popular plugin itself. So we're going to install it and you can activate it. And what we're going to do is I'm going to have you install a good plugin for SEO. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. And with that, it'll allow you guys to be able to rank your websites a lot higher. So what we're going to do is type in SEO. And once you do that, guys, you're going to come to a page that looks like this. You hear that there are several different plugins for SEO that pop up once you type in that key term. There's a Yoast, there's All-in-One SEO, there's Rank Math, SEO Framework. There's a Squirrely, some others that pop up that have less installations with it. What I want you to do is to install Yoast. Yoast has been around for the longest, at well over 5 million installations. And what we're looking for basically is an SEO plugin that'll help you guys out with the ranking of your new blog that you're setting up for 2022. So when you start creating content for your website itself, what you'll notice is that you'll start to compete, or you want to compete rather, for different keywords that'll help you to stand out from your competition. And so with that, Yoast is going to help you with that, with your H1s, your H2s, H3s, 4s. It's going to let you know how much your keyword density is, like how many times you're mentioning your targeted keyword in your content, if it's too much, if it's not enough, if you need to adjust this or that, how many words you need to have on the page itself. There are a lot of different metrics that come with Yoast, this SEO plugin, that'll definitely help you guys to get off to a really good start. And so obviously we have these plugins. You can continue to install plugins like on your website itself, but just like a phone with apps, if you have too many apps on your phone, it'll cause your phone to run slow or slowly, or maybe you can cut off. And so I don't really recommend installing a lot of plugins. For me, typically I have a good 8 to 10 good plugins. One that helps with page loads, one that helps with spam, one that helps with SEO, one that helps with this and that. So I don't recommend installing too many plugins. Just think about the overall functions that you would like your website to perform and go about finding plugins that help you to reach that very goal, okay? And so I hope that makes sense. So next, what we're going to be talking about after plugins are permalinks. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the sidebar here, just scroll down, and you'll see settings, and go to permalinks. So permalinks are basically the structure of your website itself. So if we go back to the site itself and you click on like Hello World, this is the default post that comes with the installation of WordPress. You'll notice that after your domain name, webhostingservices.blog, which is our domain name, the name of the website, you'll see what follows this is 2021 1225 / hello-world. So all of this is a permalink, and it's very messy, it's very long, and it's not really good for SEO and helping people to remember your content itself. So what you want to do is you want to adjust the permalink structure. This is something that I recommend that you do only once. You'll see right now it's set at day and name. There's plain with the numbers in there. There's month and name. We have like a lot. I mean, it's just a lot that comes in there. We don't want that. What I recommend that you guys use is post name. So basically, once you create a post, on your blog, for example, if I was to write a blog on, how to start a blog in 2022, it's just an example. Obviously I have that title right here. I have my content that's there. And what you'll see up here versus this hello world and all these numbers, like when the actual post was published, you'll just see those actual keywords in the permalink itself. So that's why I recommend that you use post name. It's better for SEO, and it's better to help your visitors remember your content. Okay, so once you scroll down, click on Save Changes. We always want to click Save Changes. That way, any changes that we make on our website, it's updated across the board itself. So now we're going to talk about how to set up pages for your actual website itself. So we're going to do that right now. Go up to Pages, click on All Pages. And once you click on all pages, guys, you'll see some default pages that are right here. If you want to add pages like to your actual blog, you can do that. Just click on Add New up here. And you'll see a page that pops up like this very next page. And so you click right here. What you're going to do is type in your actual title of it. So let's say we want to do like an about me or an about us, something like that, right? And so what we're going to do is just click on publish once we do that. All right, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to add another page. So if you go back once, and we're going to click on add new. So we're going to click on add new. And what we're going to do right here is we're going to just add a new page. So right here, let's say we're going to call it like contact us. We're going to hit publish, right? Okay, great. So that is done. So we have a contact us, we have an about us. Let's say that you want a services page. And it really doesn't matter what you title these. I'm just giving you some examples, guys, of how to do this. So let's type in like services. We're going to publish it, right? And so you can do that. So we have a contact us, an about us. We have a services page. Maybe you might have a, I don't know, like maybe a privacy page or something like that. Maybe like a privacy page or a disclaimer page, something like that. So you can just add another one. And so let's say I could put like a disclaimer page, something like that. So this will be the actual title. And so all you're going to do is just type in your content like right under it. And you would do that for each page that you set up on your actual blog itself. Okay. So we'll do that. And now, so we have this, great. So if you want to like view the page itself, you can see like what we have here. Obviously there won't be any content like on the page itself, but basically each of these pages, the 4 that we just created, for our blog, you'll be able to access them up there. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to show you how to align all of the page titles up here. That way they're easily accessible and your visitors don't have to, like struggle to find out like, okay, how do I get in contact with him? Or how do I learn about the actual services that he has, on his site itself? So what we're going to do is go back to the dashboard. And what we're going to do right now, guys, is you're going to scroll down to where it says appearance. Okay. So with appearance, go to menus. So appearance to menus, and you'll be brought to a page that looks like this. And right here, you can give your menu like a name. Let's just call it main, something like that. And you'll notice that on the very bottom, you'll see each of the pages that we've created, right? So we have this, we have main. What we can do is select all of these pages. So they're there. We can add them to the menu. So now what you're going to do is just scroll down. And when you scroll down, you see some options right here. You'll see automatically add new top level pages to this menu. You can select that if you like, and we can click on top primary menu. So what's going to happen, guys, is once you save this and you go back to your actual website itself on the landing page, what you're going to notice is that you're going to see up here everything aligned. And so I'm going to refresh this page right now. And great. So now you guys can see the home page, the About Us page. And obviously these pages that we've created, they don't have any content. That's something that you're going to have to plug in there. But you can see that, again, we have all 4 of these pages that are up here. We have the About Us, the Contact Us, Disclaimer, and the Services pages. So all you have to do right here, guys, is just plug in your actual information, for your blog itself, and that way you can be able to, create content and start publishing it, online. So now that we know how to set up, actual pages itself, now we want to talk about posts. So basically, when you create a blog itself, you set up your pages, we did our plugins, we selected a theme, we did all of that, which is great. Now we want to go to posts. So if you go to posts, go to all posts, and what you'll see here, guys, are a list of posts that you have, on your site itself. This is the default Hello World post that we talked about before. What you can do is you can delete it. We're not going to use it at all, right? So you can just click right here, and what you're going to do is just go up, move to trash, apply. Great. So we're going to delete it, right now. Now, what I want you to do is add new, and I have some content that I'm going to plug into the actual post itself. That way you guys can see, how this works. So I have a title that I have here. My title is going to be, how to start a blog in 2022. And that's going to be what's called a header 1. So it's the very first thing that a person will see once they, access your post, online. So when this loads up, I'm going to plug this in. So where it says here, add title, I'm going to plug in that right there. Now, if you type right here, what you can do is you can add your actual content itself. So I'm just going to plug in some content that I have right here. All right, so if I just plug this in right there, and of course you guys can type in all of this content. Now, if you want to hyperlink something, for an example, in this title, I have how to start a blog in 2022. And the content that I've just posted in here is, do you want to learn how to start a blog in 2022? If so, then you have come to the right place, because today I will show you step by step how to do just that, right? So let's suppose that we want to hyperlink something right here. So what you can do is just highlight whatever it is that you want to hyperlink. And maybe when your visitor sees that, these keywords are hyperlinked, they'll click on it and it'll take them to another page. So you have this button right here, you click on it, and what you can do is type in where you want that person to go. So I'm going to type in web hosting services, and this is just an example, guys. You can plug in whatever you want. It doesn't matter. So this is going to be just the main, page itself. And let's say I want them to go there, right? But you can plug in any link that you want there, even if it's an affiliate link. And when somebody clicks on it, they'll just be redirected to that very page itself. And so if they were to click on it, they're going to be sent right back there, right? So you'll see that the home page is going to reload here, right? So you can see how this is done. So you can see right here that there's nothing here because we don't have any posts on the blog yet. But what we want to do is actually publish this actual piece of content right here. So once you click on publish, and you can see right here that where H2s are, this could be subheading. So you can have your H2, your H3. And so basically you're showing somebody you're writing content, showing somebody how to do whatever it is that you're talking about. You can actually insert images. So I just have this is just an example, a simple outline, if you will, that you could use if you wanted to. But what I like to do is I'll have my title. I'll have an introduction, the content itself. I'll have another subheading. Then I'll have maybe an image, and then I'll have some content. You can plug in media, such as videos. You can have some more content and another subheading, and so on. And so this is just a simple outline, guys, just to show you how this works. Of course, guys, with any content that you create, on your website, you obviously want to publish it, right? And so once you do that, you publish it. What's going to happen is once it updates, you can actually view this right now. Or if you go back to the main page itself, we can just refresh. And what you'll see right here, guys, is the actual post itself. So how to start a blog in 2022. And this is the actual post itself that we have. And you can see the structure up above, right? How to start a blog in 2022. This is the permalink. So this is very, very specific. something that somebody would be typing in. Of course, you guys are watching this YouTube video and you're learning, how to do this, but just wanted to give you a very simple example about how to do this, okay? So what do you guys think about that? Was that hard to set up posts? So basically, if you want to create additional posts like on your website itself, you can do that. You can just hover, right here, go back to your dashboard, or you can just click on new and you can be able to set up like a new post itself. So it's really simple. You can do it from the main page if you're logged into it, or if you just go back here, you can add a new post and so on. So it's really, really simple, guys, when it comes to not only creating, your website itself using WordPress, but selecting a theme that's appropriate for your actual business, adding plugins, changing your permalinks. That way the structure is great, for SEO, and that way Google, when they crawl your site, it'll be easily accessible and easy also for your visitors. I showed you guys how to set up pages and also how to align those pages to the very top. That way they're easily accessible by your viewers. We talked about lastly about how to create a post, on your blog itself. So we did our very first blog post today, which is very nice. And so I just wanted to show you guys in this quick YouTube tutorial designed for beginners, you guys, how simple it is to start a blog, for 2022. So the main idea with this, guys, is that you want to start publishing, more content and actually promoting it online. So what do you guys think about this YouTube tutorial? Was it simple and easy to follow? I hope so. If you have any questions at all, you can drop them right below. Like this video, share this video online, and also subscribe to this channel. That way future videos that I upload, you'll be sure to receive them. I hope that you guys have an amazing day and stay safe during COVID.